Hello, this is Ruth. I'm back again, and what I want to talk about today is motivation because that's the main thing that people talk about after seeing my transformation. And what I really actually want to encourage is to actually go and explore what actually motivates you, because motivation comes in different ways and forms for everybody. And how I found my motivation was I didn't know what my motivation was or what triggers it at all. All I knew was that I was very unhealthy and I needed to exercise and eat healthy, but I never did anything about it until a girlfriend had the same mindset. She needed to do something about it, but she needed someone to do it with. So she had reached out to me, and I'm like, oh, great, because then I'll have accountability too. So I'll do it too. And honestly, she had told me that she didn't think that I was going to be able to pull it off till the end of our goal date that we had placed for ourselves. But I did, because I knew I needed it. And I was serious about it, but I just didn't know where to start until she came along and there was somebody to do it with. And that was what motivated me. It was accountability and someone to do it with. And honestly, all it took was just a quick message to each other saying that we got our workout in and how we felt during the day and whatever questions that we had, or tips that she would give or tips that I would give, or just talk about it. And then I would use some of her tips if I feel like it was compatible with or worked well with me, and she would do the same thing. And we didn't live in the same town either, and everything was all social media based, and that still worked well with me. What had motivated her though was looking at model pictures, and that was her motivation. But that did not work for me. That wasn't motivation. I tried doing that, because I didn't know what my motivation was. So I would try to take other people's tips, what worked for them. And looking at model pictures, it was, sorry, the sound is from construction work right next door. Looking at model pictures actually made me feel a certain type of weirdness, I guess you could say. I guess it's because let's just think about it deeper. I think it might be because I probably felt like that was too high of a goal for me to reach, and I probably couldn't even reach it because I was way out of reach from that goal. That's how I probably have felt like. And I'm just like, I can never ever look like that. And so that motivation, it's not that I should quit because I couldn't reach that. I just kept on trying new things, because when I started it, I have never actually was exercising or being healthy on a daily basis long term at all. Throughout my entire teens and 20s, I was active. I loved going out, playing sports, volleyball, whatnot, with friends and families, and I love being active like that, and I danced a lot. I did a lot of hip hop and stuff like that. But the thing was, it wasn't ever a weight loss journey for me. I just loved being really active until I hit my 30s. And I was just I wasn't doing anything at all. Basically, I was just working all the time. I have kids, and so that was just basically my life. And then so what being in this journey, I found that what motivated me in the first place was actually having a girlfriend to do it with. Just having a partner to keep you accountable on a daily basis, just talking about the journey every single day, what's going on, the questions. That made me feel good until, at the very end, when we have both reached our goal date. She moved on to do whatever she wanted, and I did too. And then the next motivation for me was looking back at my own journey, because I took pictures. In the beginning, I started taking pictures weekly, but it was hard to see transformations on a weekly basis, so I stopped doing that. And I started taking pictures once a month only, And that gives me a big eye opener of how much progress I have made in within 1 month, each month. And when I compare the third month to the first month, I'm like, wow, and that motivates me. And in the end of my goal date, I can actually compare the beginning of where I was to the very end of where I ended up. I decided to just keep going on. I moved on with, I wanted to reach my 1 year anniversary of being healthy, right? Instead of just letting it be a phase where I just lost my weight and it just stopped at that. I didn't want to do that. So what I did for the next 5 months was I just focused on toning up my body. Because I lost a lot of weight, so I was just skinny, right? So I toned up my body, and then by the end of my 1 year anniversary, I looked great. I was just a whole totally new person. And when I had done all of that, when I had used all my motivation, and guess what? Motivation is also a phase. I did stop, and I went back to my old bad habits where I just ate anything I want and I didn't portion anything. I didn't drink as much water as I should. I drank a lot of alcohol. I partied almost weekly in my home. It's not like I go out. I'm a homebody person. But the thing was, how I got back to being motivated to exercise again was just my bad health. It came down to a point where I slept wrong, and my entire neck and back was just paralyzed. I could barely move. When I walked, it hurted. When I looked down or up or sideways, it just hurt so bad that I couldn't move. When I'm trying to sit down or when I'm trying to stand up, my whole body just hurt. And that was what motivated me. That was like a point when I'm like, I need to make sure that this is an ongoing lifetime health journey. So that didn't just motivate me, but it became my ambition in my health life, because me wanting it to be long term. I'm thinking about when I'm old now. When I'm a grandma, I don't want to be bedbound taking medications every single day, because that's the life of some old people. But I've seen other old people's life where they're still active, they're still going out to the parks, they're still going out to a restaurant with girlfriends, they're out and about. But go ahead and just explore what triggers your motivation. I hope this information helped, and I highly encourage you, and I hope that you do go out there and just start looking for what can trigger your motivation. And don't let anything, like any type of motivation that fails you, don't let that be your failure, because it's not authentic to you. You gotta find something that it fits you, who you are as a person, that is in alignment of your everyday life, of who you are as a person deep down. Basically, be authentic about it, so that way it is truly your trigger, your own personal type of trigger for your motivation to keep moving forward with your weight loss, whatever goal you have for your health. Thank you for listening, and until next time.